Kerr can't carry Australia past Sweden as Olympic showdown versus US sound looms. The quarter-finals lineup of the Olympic women's football tournament is starting to take shape as Sweden secured their place in the knockout phase at the Tokyo Games after fighting back against Australia to win 4-2. A topsy-turvy game in Saitama produced 6 goals and set up a big match on Tuesday between the Matildas and the United States. The Matildas' first-half performance against Sweden was arguably their best yet against a top 10 ranked opponent. Both sides were evenly matched in terms of possession and major opportunities created in each other's final third, and the teams entered halftime at 1-1, proof positive of the overall balance of play. The team that, more than any other, Australia needs to grow into over the course of their larger peak and trough tournament cycle. This was, then, a look at 2 different teams in 2 different stages of their own tournament cycles. The other, Sweden, is showing their gold medal credentials through the holistic nature of their entire squad and the ways in which they can retake control of games after feeling it start to slip away. How each of them maneuvers through their respective peaks into the final group game will, you'd think, define the rest of their tournaments. It also means rotation becomes a key strategy in the way teams navigate the tournament. Australia's only change from their win over New Zealand was in goal. Tegan Micah made her official international debut after being chosen ahead of regular starting keeper, Lydia Williams. Micah's performance against Sweden in their recent friendly against Australia last month was enough to warrant an opportunity against the same side. 6 players who took the field against Australia in June were not used in the game on Saturday at Saitama Stadium. Unfortunately for the Matildas, the 6 who came in happened to be some of the best on their squad, including goalkeeper Hedvig Lindahl, who made a number of crucial saves, including stopping Sam Kerr's penalty, to ensure Sweden skated through to the quarter-finals, as well as Sofia Jakobsson, who got the better of Ivy Luik on the right wing to assist 2 of Sweden's 4 goals. Australia, though, don't have the same luxury, particularly not when it comes to a like-for-like replacement for Sam Kerr, who scored both goals. Or does it rotate with fresher players who have not been given much of a look so far this tournament? Sam Kerr scored 2 goals for Australia, but she was denied a hat-trick from the penalty spot. Australia wasn't the only nation to perform surprisingly well on match day 2 against opponents many expected to wipe past them. There seems to have been a whole vibe emanating across the entire women's football tournament. Not long before Australia's game with Sweden kicked off, Chile took on dark horses Canada in Group E, while Zambia, in their first ever Olympic appearance, took on China in Group F. While a Janine Beckie hat-trick on either side of halftime gave Canada the ultimate win, Chile's Karen Araya kept them guessing just before the hour mark. A second consecutive hat-trick for Zambia's Barbara Banda, who scored 3 against Netherlands on the first match day and also plays her club football in China, was matched only by a double brace to China's MVP, Wang Shuang. No player has ever scored more than 2 hat-tricks in the history of the Olympic women's football tournament, and now there are 2 who are potentially in the running. This is, arguably, one of the most important side effects of the Olympics for women footballers. Players from clubs, leagues, and nations who don't get the visibility or platform provided to their more privileged colleagues elsewhere in the world can totally make or break their careers based on how well they perform over these 3 weeks. The stars of some of the game's underdog teams is undeniably one.